what it mean to you guys to get that first Big Ten win on Saturday? And what can that do for you guys moving forward?
Oh, it definitely fueled us. I think everything was connected in that game, and we needed it. We needed to get our rhythm back, and it was a very fun game.
Is there something you sensed in preparation to that was different about how you were going into that game?
Well, considering how our schedule has been these last couple of weeks, it's kind of just been like quick practice game. So I think we're just in that mode. We had a lot of time off in the beginning, but now it's like we're in a rhythm and we're just going with it.
Did you guys feel like after Indiana and Nebraska, you got it down to 2 in both of those games, that it was coming? Like that you felt like something good was going to happen?
Yes, we definitely felt like something was going to happen. We knew it was just a matter of when. We had to learn some important lessons from losing a few games by a couple possessions or less. So we just really had to focus on some tangible things that we could definitely control, and we knew it just come together when we got that down.
What were those things? What were those lessons you guys learned from those close losses?
I think as a team, we had to be like more poised and focused individually, and then just like individually, we all had to be value the ball more and just know that possessions matter, each and every single one. So things like that.
How do you feel the offense is? Sorry.
Yeah.
How do you feel the offense is operated with Camille starting?
I think the offense has definitely benefited from that on the offensive end and the defensive end. I really loved how she played the other night. I think she was super solid, and she gave us a spark from the beginning, which we have been needing.
As just one of the leaders on the team, when you're going through some struggles, what are you kind of trying to do to keep them encouraged and, sense that a performance like Northwestern's kind of coming?
So we all just have to keep believing. There's several leaders on the team, which is pretty cool because we can all lead in our certain way. So we just all have to stay together, keep our heads up, and keep working.
What are the things you guys did against Northwestern that you feel like can translate to the next game and then just moving forward?
Definitely our defense. Defense always carries. I know we play at home tomorrow, but defense travels. So when we have other away games, our assists, it was a crazy assist game. Sharing the ball how we did was really a big key offensively for us, and it helped us catch a groove, get in our rhythm. So I just say defense, being poised and valuing the ball.
For yourself, do you feel like, when that playmaking comes along with the scoring that you can do, like, is that kind of a sense that you're getting back to where you feel like you want to be coming off of that injury?
Yeah, I think just how earlier I was saying, I think a lot of things clicked with the whole team against Northwestern. I think a lot of things clicked within myself as well. And obviously it's a good feeling. It's a confidence boost, and yeah.
It seemed like last few times I saw you in person, there were some shots you were taking that just weren't falling, and sometimes hitting every part of the rim and then bouncing out. Are you looking at those moments going, I don't know how that doesn't go in, or is there something you actually have to work on there?
I think 80% of basketball is mental. So I think maybe there was some mental here and there. And I mean, obviously athletes are going to have bad games, sometimes off games, but I think I had to do some work myself off the court and also on the court. And I mean, I just watched film and I did what I was supposed to do, and I just kept believing, and it kind of just clicked, caught my rhythm.
Kara, what's this year been like for you personally? Missing time earlier, then trying to get back in a groove. Like, what's this been like?
It's been a, I'd say, trying year, but very rewarding and beneficial in many ways. I think that missing early and having some adversity just taught me to be stronger and to find ways to push through things and lean on people who love me and things like that. So, yeah.
When you're like clicking like that, like you mentioned against Northwestern, what's that feel like? Is there things that happen on the court that you're like, okay, this is like I'm in a rhythm, or is it just more of an internal feeling? How would you describe that?
It's definitely an internal. It starts internally. When you feel good internally, you're able to project better things for other people and teach better and learn better and listen better, and it all just kind of is a domino effect. So it starts with you, and then it'll just be better.
What does Hobby kind of having that kind of a start that she had against Northwestern just kind of do for you guys, just as an offense?
I'd say it really opened up the game. Being able to get those points in the paint early, and I know she even had a three, which opened up the game even more, causing their 5-player to have to come out. But it's huge. We need our starts are crucial, and we had a good start, and we got them. We were up early, and I think her having those points in the paint allowed us to have those kickouts, and that's always a good game when you can have points in the paint and obviously some rhythm threes.
You mentioned like having a week between games early in the season. Like, what's difficult about that? And then I guess what's easier about going like 2-day prep game and kind of getting back into that Big Ten cycle?
They both have their pros and cons, but like the spread out games and things like that, I know for this team it's different for everybody probably, but it kind of takes your rhythm away. You're in a game, you're in game mode, and then you're practicing, and then it's like you gotta wait all week. But when you're playing back to back, you just have to be really cautious of like your legs and things like that, and staying mentally sharp. But at least you're in the game rhythm. So
Even for a team that's, had all those returners that you had, coach just kind of talked about just it being a new year, and maybe was that a little bit of an adjustment, just realizing that, despite the success you had last season, you kind of had a refresh, and it's kind of like a restart almost.
yeah, each year always brings different things. I know we're the same people and things like that, but we added some people, and we lost one of our assistant coaches, which obviously comes with the game, but things are always different. It's just about each new year and what you're going to do with what you have now.
You use the word connected. We hear that a lot on the men's side. It seemed like Northwestern wise, maybe for the last week and a half, going all the way back to maybe Wisconsin, your defense has been connected as a 5-man group. Have you guys felt that way, that you guys have kind of taken it to another level defensively?
Definitely. We have definitely felt that way, and that's what we want people to see. We want them to see that we lay our hats on the defensive end, and I think it finally is clicking that is what fuels us. It's preached to us every day, of course, but we're finally bought in, and our defense is just looking really solid right now.
Coach Green after Wisconsin talked about needing to fix the offense. What did you guys do to take those offensive steps in the last couple of games?
We just had to basically collect ourselves. We just collect ourselves, be poised, and we know that if we play good defense, our offense just comes effortlessly. And it's pretty cool because when you get clean stops on defense, then you can run the ball. We love when we run the ball. So that helps with the rhythm, and I know I keep saying it, but you just collect yourself and the rhythm will come.
One more about you saying it's been kind of trying. Like when you're not playing like you can play, like in some of the how do you fight through that? What for you personally, what was important in kind of navigating those few games to get back to the level that you played at before?
Well, since I had a concussion, I had to do a lot of brain things to keep my brain sharp, but it's kind of like a difficult injury because you can't really do much. So I was just kind of laying low and taking the steps I needed to come back. I know it wasn't anything you can rush. So it was just kind of wait until you're ready type of thing.
Is that your first one, like in your career?
That was my first one.
Also, that's a whole new world.
It was.
What was important for you to kind of learn what you can do and what you can do? And obviously they're doctors, but there's probably some sort of internal figuring it out too.
I'd say I just listened a lot to Autumn, our athletic trainer, and the physical therapy. I listened to them a lot.
Everybody good?
Thanks.